Hey everybody, Bones here, Bones Garage, just bringing you an update what's going on at the garage. So, 1971 Chevy ElCamino, the race car. This thing is just, I am so excited to get this thing running. I can't wait to get it there. But we still have quite a bit of work left to do on it. Got the new vacuum pump in, all wired up except for the main power wire. That's got to run into the car and into the switch panel that's going to be in there. But we have the new vacuum pump that'll work the brake booster right there. And the reason that we have to do this is because the cam in this thing and the overlap on the cam, the center line and the overlap, are so great that this thing doesn't produce much vacuum. If we get 6 pounds of vacuum, that's a lot. This thing has such a big cam in it. So we run a nice vacuum pump. We put a vacuum reservoir in there and then a cutoff switch for it. So it'll run from the pump to the vacuum canister. From the canister, it'll run out, go under the fender, come right down through there and into the brake booster. So this way you have power brakes. It works very nice. The next thing I want to show you is the interior. We now have most of the floor ready to go. It's all been fitted in. It's all been screwed down. It all looks really nice. We don't have the toe panels in because we're still waiting for those toe panels to come back or to come in. And once they come in, then we'll finish cutting out the rest of the floor, get them in, then we'll pull everything out. And again, this is a race car. He's not looking for perfection. He's not looking for it to be perfect. He just wants floors. So this way, if anything happens, he blows an oil line and a fire erupts, it won't be able to come into the car through holes like that. And if you remember, there were a lot of holes in this floor. This floor was really, really bad. So that's what he wants. So what we're going to end up doing is we have a 2-part epoxy, metal to metal epoxy right here. We're going to just glue the whole floor in because it's going to just make it so much quicker. It'll probably knock 2 days off of the amount of time to take everything out, butt weld all the joints together. In other words, cut the old floor tunnel right up to where the new floor pans meet it, and then weld all those together. That takes a lot of time. And he doesn't want to invest that kind of money into the interior of the car. The drivetrain doesn't care how much he puts into that, but the car, it kind of has to have a cap on it. So we'll just glue everything in, screw it back down, and then cut the back ends of the screws off, and then drop a carpet on top of it. And that is it. That's all he wants us to do. Not particularly the way I like to do things, but it's a race car. It's not a show car. He's not worried about what it looks like. He's worried about how fast it goes from point A to point B. That's it. That's all that matters. And that's what I have to do. If that's what the customer wants, that's what we do. But it's coming out really good. It's coming out really nice. I can't wait to get the toe panels in so we can pull everything out after we get those fitted in. Glue everything down, screw everything down, and be done with it. And then I can move on to finishing the wire onto the interior and getting all the interior back together. So, and there's the switch panel right over there. So there you go, guys. That's what's going on with the 71 ElCamino. She is coming out great. I'm really happy with this car. Can't wait to finish this thing up and go for a drive in this. We got it started. We couldn't run it because we just didn't know what was right, what was wrong with it. And I'm glad we didn't, because whoever put the oil filter on never tightened the oil filter up. And after we had it running a little bit, I shut it off. I went underneath and there was just oil pouring out of it, and it just was bad. Also, they didn't tighten up that screw right over there, that block off. And there was oil pouring out of that. So it was a good thing that we never took her for a drive or did anything like that, because we would have just we would have starved it of oil and spun the bearings. So yeah, everything works out for a reason. There's a reason for everything, and it seems to be working out. So there you go, guys. We're coming out great. Oh, and yeah, look, everything's labeled. So this way, if he's at the track and he has a problem with something, he knows where the wiring is and what each wire does. And it will all also be labeled on the switch panel. So all that wiring will be labeled, including all the wiring for the vacuum pump to tell him what's going on. Like this wire is for the pressure switch. This wire is the ground. This wire is the power for the vacuum pump and from the switches. And this wire here is the ground to go to the vacuum pump from the relay. So there you go. That's what's going on. Have fun. I will talk to you soon. Okay, bye.